Istanbul, and I came into an awesome and amazing carpet store. I've always been interested in possibly even opening up my own carpet store at one point, so I just kind of walked in. I talked to this gentleman. I'm sorry, your name?
My name's Adam.
Adam. And he was starting to get into telling me the history of the rugs and the importance of them and how it's not just the technique, it's also kind of a language. And I didn't want to miss this, so I decided he was nice enough to come on camera and tell us a little bit more about rugs and a little bit more about the history of the Turkish rugs.
There is different techniques. For example, this is a kilim. We call kilim. Kilim, it means flat woven technique. Verb and weft. So they do flat woven work. That's why the kilims are reversible. Kilims, we can use both sides. This is a semi-old kilim from central Anatolia, central Turkey. And it's woolen cotton. We use sometimes cotton material, sometimes we use wool. So this is woolen cotton kilim. And each region in Anatolia, in Turkey, has got their own pattern, own symbols. Each clan, each tribe. So that's why each kilim different. This is another kilim, another region. Here. And
wow.
Each pattern has meaning, not only pattern. Each has got also meaning. For example, I learned a lot from this book. From Çatalhöyük, one of the first civilization, till today, the meaning of the patterns. For example, here you see this shape. This is hands on hips. Hands on hips, which is symbol of femininity. Hands on hips, akimbo. And archaeological objects. And here you will see the variations of hands on hips from different part of Turkey, different region, but same meaning, hands on hips, which is femininity pattern. And when you look at from here, from this way, it gives you ram's horn. Ram's horn is symbol of masculinity. Here, the explication of ram's horn, what does it mean? And this is the variation of ram's horn. And together, totally, logically, it gives you fertility pattern. So, masculinity and femininity. And this is the variation of fertility. Here. This kind of. Those are all fertility pattern.
Very beautiful, very amazing. Do you feel like, so sometimes maybe if, depending on how you want your house, your energy of your house or your vibe, you would get a particular rug? Like maybe if you're wanting certain energies or
vibes? For example, here you see, which is symbol of wolf mouth. We call it wolf mouth. Mm-hmm. People, they are using this to protect their family against ghosts, against superstition beliefs. You know, ghost, for example, monster, this kind of beliefs. So they use this to protect their family.
Very awesome.
And
so it's not just a rug.
Not just a rug, yeah. And when we explain, because mostly people, they don't understand. They buy just carpet for decorate their house. But when we explain what does it mean, elephant food, which is Timuçin moved to Central Asia to get whole Central Asia, he attacked there with the elephant army. So that's why this is symbol of elephant food. Or gul, which is symbol of flower, rose, and the opposite color they use, it's symbol of everything opposite. For example, day, night, man, woman, bad, good.
Dualism.
Yeah. And then there is second technique that we call jijim. Jijim, it's a double technique. They weave a plain kilim and then on top they embroider. So this is Jijim. It's not reversible. You see? That's because there is two work. Basically kilim, and then on top they embroider.
Wow. It's so beautiful.
And each region different. For example, here another region. This is coming from, let's say, south of Turkey, and this one is west of Turkey. Another jijim.
Wow.
And the black, it's goat hair. That's why it's rough, itchy. That's because it's made of goat hair. But when it is soft, it's sheep wool
I see.
or lamb hair. Or sometimes like this, very unusual, they use camel hair. This is undyed camel hair, natural. And those are dyed sheep wool from the natural colors. That's why you see different tonality. That's vegetable colors.
How long would you think it would take to make a rug something like this here?
This size, almost like 5 month work. Because to make the dyes, yarn, it takes few weeks. Almost 1 month they occupy with just to make the colors.
And do they still make them here in Istanbul?
Not Istanbul, but in Anatolia.
Anatolia.
In south of Turkey,
Yeah.
central Turkey. But before, all, it's our tradition from mom to daughter. But today, young girls has other occupations. That's why today getting glow, of course. But in the past, every girl should know how to make carpet, because in our culture, every young girl, they prepare a dowry box for future house.
So you feel like the art is dying a little bit?
Yeah, because world changing, life necessary changing. That's why. For example, here in the pile, there are different patterns, different regions. This is just example I showed you.
Amazing.
And the third technique, let me explain this one also.
Please.
The third technique, it's knotted technique. So we saw kilim, which is flat woven. We saw embroidery. For example, I can show you with the yarn on the fingers. So this is the technique of kilim. It's flat woven. That's why the kilims are reversible. But the embroidery, it's like this, on top of kilim. So it's embroidery. And knotted technique, we do like this, and then they cut. So this is knotted technique.
So one is stronger.
Yeah, and because it has got nap pile, so when we turn, one side light, the other side dark. That's because on the loom, when they make knots, they heat with iron comb. So the pile lays one side. That's why one side lighter, the other side is darker.
I see.
This is not a technique. Pretty soft. If you didn't visit yet Islamic Art Museum, just next to Blue Mosque, Sultanahmet,
I'm going there next.
you can see the carpets, which is from 13th century, 14th century Ottoman carpets
Okay.
and kilims.
Okay.
So the carpet kilims, they are very durable. Very durable. You can use them on the floor, even with your shoes in high traffic area. No problem. They are handmade. They are very durable.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Blue Mosque here soon, so I think maybe I will peek in there and see now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that I stopped in, and I really appreciate you taking the time
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
to explain to me the process and a little bit about the history. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, maybe is there a way that any information for anybody watching about your company or your business, or a way to find your rugs and what you do?
We are in Istanbul. I start to business since 1995. This is
Wow.
kind of like family business. My father also is a carpet dealer, but now he's retired. I do my own shop near Taksim, Tophanemet. My shop name is Vama Ethnic Life.
Okay. So check them out. Do you have just in Istanbul or any online?
Istanbul, but right now occupying with the website. I prepare it. Soon we will have a website,
Nice.
online sell.
Okay.
This is my
And you'll pass this all this wonderful information down to the kids.
Vama ethnic life
Uh-huh.
and Adem Aslan. This is me.
Okay. So check him out if you're looking for amazing rugs
Thank
with
you.
more than just with more than just a rug in history. Then check him out. He knows a lot of things and he's very passionate about his rug. So if you want a rug, I'd come to this guy. Next up, we're going to I think the Blue Mosque actually. So maybe we'll stop by into the museum. We are now walking to the Blue Sophia. What a nice time it was learning more about Turkish rugs, and I'm actually halfway interested in importing some and maybe opening up a Turkish shop. And I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool to have a shop where you've got Turkish rugs with history and meaning to them. I could even serve Turkish tea inside those stores, but I'm a man of many interests, so it was a nice little way to start the morning. But today we're gonna be trying to come and hit some of the main attractions of Turkey because, well, I mean of Istanbul, I should say, because I don't know when we're gonna actually be back, and I won't be able to take you inside of them, but you can join me for my trip to see them, and I can show you the outside and everything in between. But first, before we get going, we need a little bit of energy. So I'll be looking for a place to grab a little bit of bite to eat and, of course, some Turkish tea or some Turkish coffee. Still making our way to the Blue Mosque. We're crossing what I believe to be the Bosphorus. And it's a beautiful day. It's warmer today. Definitely sunny and warm and beautiful. Tomorrow, I think we'll be back on a ferry to go meet up with my friend David in Burgazada and do some island hopping, if we are so lucky to do so. And as usual, I want to know how you guys are doing out there. You guys having a good day? Where you at? Where you chiming in from? Did I meet you on this trip or on another trip? If so, say hi. Put something in the comments. Love to know where you guys are watching from. Makes it really interesting for me. Well, we're approaching the Blue Mosque. It was about a 35-minute walk from the hotel. I was gonna take a taxi, but now I'm glad that I didn't because I get to cross this beautiful area with the bridge and the Bosphorus. Over there, that building is the ferry terminal where you can take the ferries to the different islands of Istanbul. Well, there is a nice park here, so I figured I'd take you guys a quick walk in the park. So this park is right next to the Bosphorus River on the way to the Grand Mosque. There's this nice little park that you can sit in here and relax. Still looking for a quick bite to eat. Was gonna go with some street food, but didn't really see anything appealing. But it looks like we might have some leads right across the street. So we're gonna cross over here, see what we can find. Don't wanna eat too much because I think we're going to this place with authentic Turkish meatballs. We finally found a place to eat. It looks like a cool local spot. It's in this little bit of a behind the alley square on our way to the Grand Mosque. And it looks like a cool local spot. This is what it's called. How do you say the name? Okay, you heard her. She said it. I can't repeat that because I don't know. But this is what they got here. And they're nice enough to make me rice, liver, and beef. Okay, I'm glad that we went with the beef. That's good. And then you can get the toppings with the onion, tomato, jalapenos. So nice. Very good. We're gonna watch him make it for us. Thank you for translating. She didn't want to be on camera, she said. She's a little shy, which is okay.
İçecek bir kola alabilir miyim?
Thank you. And this is like a traditional kind of place, an old school place? Very nice. Ah, very nice. And do I pay before or after?
After.
Okay. Okay.
If you like it, pay for it.
I will pay. I will like it. Don't worry. Okay. Thank you. Definitely my kind of spot. Kind of reminded me of like in Chicago with Italian beefs or whatever. They had liver and they had beef. The full sandwich was quite big, and I wasn't in the mood for that, especially because we're gonna go eat meatballs. But they made me a half a sandwich. I'm glad they gave me the one with beef. I'm not a big liver guy. Actually, I wouldn't know because I've never eaten it. Maybe I should have tried it. Or done 50-50. But we got the beef sandwich. The meat's delicious, and the bread is fresh and soft and very good. I'd say I would be able to taste the meat a little bit more if the bread was a little softer, you know, kind of like an Italian beef or something like that. But I mean, it's delicious. Or maybe if there was more juice on it, I think something like that. But it's really good. I mean, I think this is like $5 or less. So I'm glad I didn't go some other place. This is exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. It's like the Turkish subway. Just wanted to say, like, as this meat has sat on this bread, it's kind of soaked in and the flavor has came through and has a nice, really good kick to it. Not too hot, not too hot at all, but definitely has a kick to it, which I like. Good spot. Right here, I don't know what neighborhood this is exactly. What neighborhood is this area? What is this area called?
Sirkeci.
Sirkeci?
Yes.
So we're in the neighborhood of Sirkeci. You can't start your day out without some Turkish chai. So we are. Nice. So got a sandwich, fueling up, Turkish tea. I'm feeling a little bit more vibrant now, ready to go. And really excited to go see this mosque and see some other attractions. But today is gonna be all about street food. I'm really gonna try to stay away from restaurants. I'm gonna try to find these local vendors such as this place, and that's where I'm gonna feed myself today. So kind of a day of street food. Hopefully we can make that work. I like those kind of places. That was such a local place. You didn't see any tourists there. That was a true kind of blue collar local, come in and grab some lunch and get back to work kind of spot, and I love that. The sandwich, the water, and the tea, for anybody interested, was just around, it was just under $5 with the tip. I'm not gonna lie, that looks good. Don't regret eating where I did, but wish I had a little bit more appetite. That place looked amazing. It was kind of like the kitchens that we had been to previously in Istanbul, but it looked a little bit more, and a little bit more variety. So that place looked great. Locals were definitely eyeballing that. Even the locals were staring through the window with me.
We're definitely deep into new territory, new neighborhood. I spent a lot of time around the Galata Tower and Karakoy, the neighborhood down by the ferries. And then last night we were in Beylikdüzü, but it's all kind of connected, just about a few minutes away. And this is the neighborhood that's fairly close to the mosque. It starts to get a little quieter over here. The only thing that I haven't planned here yet is anything around the twirling dervishes, which I hope to do. So, don't know if that's going to be here. I am hoping to go to the town or village where Rumi, which was a Sufi, was born, raised, and I believe even was buried. But I still wanted to get into some kind of an event here with it in Istanbul. Hasn't really lined up yet. This place looks really cool. It's kind of a more bougie, upscale place. I'm sure it's a nice place to sit and relax. Got some Turkish teas, rugs on the walls. Looks like we're at another like busier part of the area around the Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque. It says to go this way, so I'm going that way. Super cool spot in here. You see a lot of those kind of like cooking areas in villages. That one was attempting to recreate some kind of traditional aspects, I think. Nothing wrong with it, but it didn't really come across as super authentic. Another rug store. I like the other rug store because he took a lot of time to know the rugs and the meaning behind them, and he stayed away from the mass-produced ones and got them from smaller villages and groups that were hand-making them traditional. So I think I found the jackpot for Turkish rugs here. Hello. So that's oh hi. That's nice. I love it when people are like friendly to the camera. So I think that was something totally different. That was just a museum of sorts, but it must be amazing because people are waiting outside for it. Now, a lot of times I really go for the museums and the attractions, doing things kind of like on a whim. That's what I want to do. I'm not really going into the museums as much. Part of it is because I can't really take you guys. Also, just kind of feeling like getting off the beaten path of things. So I can see the Blue Mosque from the distance. We're gonna head over that way. We're here. There's a big park and some other buildings around. I'm gonna take you guys around. I just learned that the Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque must be really close to each other. Pretty sure that's it that we're coming up on.
131 sene önce diye çektiğiniz gördüğünüz fotoğraf altından böyle.
Here we are. We have made it to the Hagia Sophia, and I don't know if we're going to go in there today, but I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the place. So this place, as far as I know, was built in 1537 AD by Byzantine Emperor Justinian I, and he intended it to be the greatest church of Christ. And for about 1,000 years, it was the world's largest cathedral. That's right, the world's largest cathedral. And when the Ottomans conquered it in Constantinople in 1453, Sultan Mehmed II then converted it into a mosque. You see that happening all over Europe. Mosques, churches, back and forth. Even in Cordoba, Spain, you see where they've split it. It's like there's a mosque and there's a Catholic church inside of the mosque. Anyways, in 1935, Ataturk, which is a great leader of Turkey that is still represented everywhere. It's where you see all the flags of Ataturk. People celebrate Ataturk. He's like the Abraham Lincoln of Turkey. That's the Abraham Lincoln of Turkey. That's the best way I can explain it. Although we don't really have flags of Abraham Lincoln everywhere. But he made it into a museum, and in 2020, not that long ago, it actually became a mosque again. And so the Hagia Sophia is sort of like this symbol of shifting empires and religions and ideologies, all inside one incredible dome. So right now it's definitely under a lot of construction, and they have walls up and a very long line to get in. And I'm debating whether I want to get in or not. I mean, I do want to get in, but we might not fight that battle today. So major construction here. So I tried to get into the Hagia Sophia, but it was very confusing. They have like a long line, then the line gets short, and then it's $35. You can only go into the balcony part. You can see kind of a little bit of things, but then that's it. And then I guess you could pay extra to go to the museum. Used to be a whole museum there that they separated. It's been kind of confusing because, like I said before, they recently made it from a museum back to a mosque, and even a lot of the locals are not happy about that. So you have to pay separate. And it was very confusing, and people are kind of pushy. I decided to take a break from that area, and I'm gonna go over to the Blue Mosque and see if it's less stressful. Maybe later, after I go to the Blue Mosque and relax a bit, maybe I'll come back to here and see if I can get in. But it was kind of confusing. People are asking you to pay extra money to skip the line and kind of hassling you, and it's not very clear on what it is. I probably should have just spent the $35 just to go to the balcony and do a little video, but because everybody was kind of confusing and pushy, I decided to take a walk. Maybe we'll come back. Wow. For some reason, I'm drawn more to this place anyways. A beautiful courtyard as you walk up. Nice shade, which is very inviting on a warm day such as today. One thing about the Hagia Sophia, though, they did say you could video inside a little bit. So this is the Blue Mosque. Don't know if we could video at all in there. It's a beautiful area. You can just imagine what it was like many, many years ago. Less tourists, and so as you can see, the Hagia Sophia is right across the street basically from the Blue Mosque. So I didn't know that until today. Makes it kind of convenient for us, doesn't it? Let's see if we can get inside. Looks like they were doing some construction here. And those are the walls to the outside. We are here at the Blue Mosque, and I wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about this place. So the mosque was built by, that's right, another sultan, Sultanahmet, and it was around 1609. And it was basically built to show the Ottoman strength. And it was covered with about 20,000 hand-painted tiles, mostly in blue, which is why it gets its name, the Blue Mosque. And it was very controversial at the time because it was built with 6 minarets, matching the number of minarets at Mecca. In the end, they added a 7th to Mecca just to settle the issue. A little bit of brief history there.
Boah, die sind aber voll tot neben dem Kind.
Mosque is this way. Excuse me. Hello. How are you? I'm not in the tour guide, no, don't worry. Buradan mı yürüyor? Ondan sonra
Excuse me, sorry.
Здесь поработать хотя бы даже. Это мой, это мой.
Wow. So beautiful.
花布来做也是这个汤。
So I think it was a great idea to come here. It was easy to get in, it was free, and this place is so beautiful. I've been to a lot of places around Europe and other parts of the world, and many beautiful places, but nothing quite like this place. Just coming in here gives you a feeling that's unmatched and kind of unexplainable. It's almost overwhelming.
Die kennen sich, glaube ich.
The fact that I was even thinking about skipping this and not coming in here, that was a mistake. That would have been a mistake. So hopefully you can see some of the beauty by watching. We just stepped outside of the Blue Mosque and we're outside of the courtyard, debating whether to go next. I don't know if we want to the Hagia Sophia, but we're just going to go over there and see if it's gotten less crazy, and maybe we can peek in there and check it out. So that's where we're headed now. But I don't know what to say about this place. I'm glad that I got to see it. I'm glad I didn't skip it. I'm going to give my honest opinion. I also feel I want to be careful. I don't want to get too deep into political or religion on my channel at all. But you know, sometimes I feel like these buildings are beautiful, but often they're power symbols and strength symbols. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of amazing. Sometimes I feel like these big churches, and they spend a lot of money, and I wonder if the people of that time were taken care of well. I know oftentimes when churches and mosques were built, sometimes the people in that area were in poverty, while these extravagant buildings were made. And a lot of times they were built to show power and control. And I feel that in some of the buildings when I go in there, for whatever that means. Just, you know, I've been to some churches and some spiritual places where it feels kind of heavy, and I just didn't get that feeling in there for whatever reason. It just felt beautiful to be there. So don't know if I'm explaining it very well or if I'm overstepping. But honestly, that's kind of how I feel. So hopefully I didn't offend anybody there with saying that. That place felt really nice to be inside of. Okay, so now we're heading back over. We're gonna try it again over at the Hagia Sophia, see if we can go inside, and I can show you guys what it looks like inside. So I'm here at this little, I don't know what you call this thing. It's like a power gazebo. I don't know if you can get inside, but it's beautiful. Some golden tile in there, but they also have these fountains, which in Italy they're drinkable. It's great water. I don't know about here, but for a hot day like this, it's definitely good to wash off the sun and sweat from your face. Nice, refreshing fountain bath that I'm very grateful for today. Okay, let's see if we can go get into the Hagia Sophia.
Ja.
Not only gold, all the ceilings of the church is paved with golden mosaics. These parts were covered with a plaster after the Turks converted this church because 900 years from 500 it served as a Greek Orthodox church and turned into a mosque. 500 years.
Yeah, can you hear me? I think every time I turn the camera on.
It was amazing in there, yeah. I'm glad that I got to get in and see it. When I came back, it was much easier to get in. I tried to capture some of that. There was no walking and talking allowed in there. That was forbidden, but I tried to capture a little bit of footage for you guys and, well, and myself. And when I was in line, I met some Americans, some nice young lads, and they mentioned that there was a castle that was pretty amazing right around the corner as well. So I'm not quite sure why that was not on my radar, but I think we're gonna go try to hunt that down and see what that was about. So I encourage you guys, you know, I'm giving you guys just a really brief glimpse of history when I come to see these places. I'm not a historian, so I encourage you guys to dive deeper and look more into these places and these historical landmarks. I believe we're circling back around now. I'm gonna go try to find a castle. So it's kind of nice if you do come to Istanbul, you can see the Sophia, you can see the blue mosque, and I think you can even see a castle. The castle, all I know about it so far is that it's very much of a historic landmark of the Ottoman Empire, which makes so much of the Istanbul and Turkish history. So don't know why we wouldn't go if it's right here. So we're heading to the castle. Hi there, do you have coconut water?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I think we need some coconut water.
And one coconut, sir, right?
Please. $2.50, yes?
Sorry?
How much?
250.
Thank you.
This standard one.
Topkapi Palace.
Para mı verdin?
I found my way to this palace. I don't know if that it's a castle, palace, whatever. Not sure. I believe that it's... Hey guys, how's it going? You guys again. Hey guys. Hi. You guys made it back over here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. How was it?
The top balcony, but that's what I wanted to see.
That's what we did too. I mean, that's what I did. It was cool. I thought it was a good call for that.
What?
I thought that was a good call just to do that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess like for next time you could just go like in the downstairs.
For free?
Just for the free entrance. Yeah. I mean the balcony gives you an overlook on everything, but if you could have just gone down the free entrance and like.
I knew there was a trick because I saw some local girl sort of like mentioning it, but I didn't flag her down and go ask her.
Yeah.
So
it's all right though. The balcony you get a better view and like you can see everything, and it's kind of crowded down there. So.
All right, that's cool then. All right, take care, guys.
Safe travels.
Yeah, you too. So those were the guys who was telling me about this castle or palace. So we're here, and it's super nice. I mean, I'll show you guys around. I believe it's pronounced something like for English it reads Topkapi, but I believe it's more closer to Topkapi. Not sure about that, but here's what it looks like. So beautiful trees, courtyard. There's a museum back behind me, but not going there today. Just gonna see if we can go inside the palace. Now the name means Cannon Gate Palace. And it was built starting around the 1460 by another sultan, Mehmed the Conqueror. And it was right after the Ottomans took Constantinople in 1453. So that's kind of interesting. And for about 400 years, this castle, or palace, was the center of Ottoman political power. Home to sultans, harems, advisors, and bodyguards. This palace here has 4 massive courtyards, which we're walking through one right now. And I showed a little bit of that. And at one time, this palace housed over 4,000 people. That's amazing. I live in a town currently right now with less people. And inside they had rooms for diplomacy, councils, and they also had religious relics in there, including what was believed to be Prophet Muhammad's cloak and sword, and one of the largest royal kitchens in the world as well. Today it's just a museum, but in its time, it really was the heartbeat of an empire. And it stretched across, well, the empire stretched across 3 continents. And you can kind of see the entrance there. And from beyond the courtyard, you can see where we just came from, which is the Sophia. So really, if you come here, you can hit all 3 places all in one time. The shade here is so nice with the trees. There's a little breeze here. It is a reprieve from the sun. So I decided to skip going inside for this one. I'm sure it's amazing. I love castles. We're here. It's nice just to be around and kind of see the outside. It's $50 to go in and walk around. And I'm just not feeling that, you know. It was $30, okay, but $50 seems kind of like a lot to go walk inside of a castle. I don't know, maybe I've seen too many castles and I'm spoiled already, so. I think we're gonna pass. We've seen a lot today already, and it's nice to, like I said, it's nice to be outside at the entrance to see it, the ambiance in the courtyards, and I'm happy with that, so. Sorry for anybody that's disappointed in that. I'm sure there's pictures of this place inside you can check out. $50 just seems steep. But I'm gonna regroup. They got a little place to sit here and chill, and we're gonna regroup and figure out what's next. Fresh squeezed orange juice, can't beat that. So, not super cold, but still refreshing. Needed some citrus. You can get these hand squeezed all over for about $5. Next up, we're going to be headed to the Basilica Cistern.